San Diego Wave versus Bay. I don't know about you guys. Bienvenue San Diego. The French on San Diego are killing it. And I've been loving the way that they play. And I want to ask you guys, were you surprised with all of the turnover that San Diego had, all the drama that San Diego had this last year, the offseason, the players leaving, that they're this good under Jonas Eidevall? Jess, are you shocked?
Man, completely. I'm not even gonna lie. I wrote this team off completely in preseason.
Me too.
I'm looking at that roster. I'm like, what? Why do
Really?
they have so many teenagers? What are they gonna do? What's going on in their front office? I thought they were gonna turn to Chicago this season. I truly did, but they shut me up because they have been so much fun to watch. The way that they build, and then Cascarino. Oh my goodness, hats off, sis. They're killing it. Oh
She's so fun to watch.
She's so fun.
McCall, were you surprised? You seem surprised that Jess and I were surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Just with their player movement and acquisition in the offseason, I knew they were serious about their business. Like, they went and got so much experience. So their roster, yes, they have young players as well, which help with that flair and that energy. But look at how much experience with Dali, Cascarino, like on the international stage, been playing pro for so many years. Even in McCaskill, she's been so good. And it's all about that experience that's anchoring them so then they can go have that creativity when they go forward that at times looks like poetry when they're in their attack. It is. And so they understand the game so well because they have experience and high soccer IQ. And that's why they were able to find their fluidity so quickly.
Yeah, I agree. I love watching it. They have this very European style of play where they're moving the ball well. You're seeing the best out of Barcenas finally getting a goal. You're seeing McCaskill, who I think when she was with LA, and we didn't see the best out of her. I feel like we lost her identity of what makes her a special player.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're seeing that again. She's next to Dali in the midfield. And I mean, I'm just loving watching them play. San Diego, I think, is going to playoffs for me. I'm saying it early. I think that they're going to make a really big run this year. But they are facing Bay, who's a team that, to me, I want to know if you guys feel different. They drop to the level of whoever they're playing. They drop or rise to the level, I should say. It's kind of one of those teams where, are you going to tie again? Are you only going to win by one? Are you still just relying on Kundanaji? Do you guys feel that they're a team that drops level to whoever they're playing to, Jess?
I definitely do, because you see their potential. I think they're a great team. I thought they were last year too. But even when they go down in a game, it was really hard to watch them play against Washington Spirit this season. And they got spanked because as soon as Washington Spirit scored their first goal, it was like they dropped a level. It's either they drop a level or, they don't quite pick their game up at all in games. And so I'm like, dang, Bay, like y'all got it. Just where can we find this spark to keep it going? Who can be the game changer if we go down 1-0, or who's going to be the game changer when we're tied 0-0, And I love Kiki Pickett in the middle because she can score bangers, but that hasn't even been enough, because she can score a banger and then a team will come back and you're like, dang, y'all did all that, So yeah, Bay, they're fun to watch, but it irks me when they drop a level and they get in the middle of the game. It's like, y'all been doing so well. Like, this is part of the game, How can you turn that switch off and just keep it going?
They seem emotional. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They're just up and down emotionally. Sometimes they want to put it on. Sometimes they're not in the mood. And I think a lot of that has to do with their front six is actually quite young. So I think they're kind of still finding how to put a 90-minute game together, not only individually, but amongst themselves as well. Because their back line is anchored. They're so good, with Abigail Kemper and Caprice and everybody that has experience. I'm not worried about their back line. It's that their front six and then in their attack is just very wishy-washy, inconsistent.
Does that emotional aspect come from the players themselves, or does that come from the management side?
I haven't been in their environment. I don't know. But I think, the coach of Bay, he's been there. Albertine even coached the WPS. He's been coaching in this game for so long, and so he's very consistent and experienced as well. So I'm just gonna have to put that on the players, that the inconsistency that they're showing, because I think he's a consistent coach.
Well,
Yeah.
Jen, I've had him, and I love him as a coach.
Yeah.
I hadn't had professionally. I've had him in youth national team stuff. We were all reminiscing about youth national team stuff. Stay tuned for a segment between Jess McCall and I'm going to say Lo and I when we talk about that. But
Yeah.
back to Bay. I think Albertine's a great coach. But when we were talking to Jen Beatty, we brought up that it just seems like they can't score. Yet they have all of this big attacking power that are known. They've notoriety for being goal scorers, but it's just a lack of chemistry, is what she said. And I'm looking at this like they've had enough time to build chemistry. So McCall, for you, who do you think you need to see maybe build more chemistry with? Is it Kundananji and Oshawa? Is it Rachel Hill and Oshawa? What does that chemistry look like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think we've seen the best of Oshawa this season yet. She wasn't even starting in the beginning of the matches this year. I don't know if she's out of form or we're still waiting for her to get back into that flow with her new teammates. And also Tess Bodie is still kind of in and out and injured. And I think she creates something really different in their attack. When she runs with the ball, she offsets the opponent and imbalances them so easy, which ends up making other people open in better positions higher up the field. So I think they're really missing her.
Yeah,
Jess, what about you?
Man, Bodie's such a huge part of this team. But I think that Kundananji, she's still finding that partnership up top. She puts in so much hard work. We see her getting in the final third dang near every time she gets the ball. She's getting in the final third. But sometimes it's her decision making. Sometimes I notice that she should shoot when she crosses. She crosses when she should shoot, etc. And I think that after this Seattle Reign game, it showed. It's like, okay, she's got it. This is what she can do. Then she had the same play again after that goal, the same exact setup, and then she chose to cross it to nobody. And I'm like, sis, you just shoot it again, And so I think it's just, she sets herself up to, get in these pockets of space to be successful. She puts in all the hard work and it makes it hard for herself a lot of times. And so once she finds that consistency and someone who can, first of all, keep up with her, secondly, combine with her in that final third, Tess Bodie, she's so good at just threading the needle. And I think once she's back, then some pieces of the puzzle will come together. But I don't think Rachel Hill is one of those players, because she came in as a game changer. She had some chances in front of the goal, and I'm like, I don't think that's a partnership that's going to come together. But I think once Oshawa finds her front foot in the NWSL, because I think she's still struggling a little bit in this league. She's struggling a little bit, because Barcelona, she came from Barcelona, scoring a heck of goals. And then she comes to the NWSL where the game is completely different. We got athleticism, we've got speed, we've got technical, we got everything. Whereas Barcelona, they're the big dogs in their league, where they can possess. They possess as soon as they get in front of goal, they're still ticky-tacky in front of goal and then little tap-ins. And they make it look easy. But at the end of the day, I think that Dorian Bailey is a good one too. But Kundananji, I think she's going to be that player that's going to have to step up her game.
Kundananji, the player we're all watching, San Diego Wave versus Bay FC, Sunday, Paramount Plus at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it.